What time plus do? Question and answer.
What time do you usually wake up?
I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed around 10 p.m.
What time does your workday start?
My workday starts at 9 a.m.
What time do you get off work?
I usually have lunch around 12:30 p.m.
What time do you have lunch?
I usually have lunch around 12:30 p.m.
What time do you get off work?
I usually finish work at 5 p.m.
What time do you eat dinner?
I usually have dinner at 7:30 p.m.
What time do you relax or watch TV?
I relax and watch TV around 8 p.m.
What time do you wake up on weekends?
On weekends, I usually wake up around 8 a.m.
What time is your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day is around 4:00 p.m. when I can unwind and relax.
What time do you usually have breakfast?
I usually have breakfast around 7:30 a.m.
What time do you leave for work or school?
I leave for work at 8:30 a.m.
What time do you usually get home?
I usually get home around 6 p.m.
What time do you start your work or studies?
I start studying around 7 p.m.
What time do you like to go for a walk?
I like to go for a walk around 6:30 a.m.
What time do you usually meet friends?
I usually meet friends in the afternoon around 3 p.m.
What time do you usually take a nap?
I take a nap around 2 p.m. on weekends.
What time do you usually take a shower?
I usually take a shower around 7 a.m.
What time do you finish your chores?
I finish my chores by 11 a.m. on weekends.
What time do you usually read a book?
I usually read a book before bed around 9 p.m.
What time do you usually cook dinner?
I usually start cooking dinner around 6:00 p.m.
What time do you usually go grocery shopping?
I usually go grocery shopping on a Saturday mornings around 10 a.m.
What time do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym in the morning around 7 a.m.
What time do you usually check your emails?
I usually check my emails first thing in the morning around 8 a.m.
What time do you take a break during the day?
I take a break around 3 p.m.
What time do you start getting ready for bed?
I start getting ready for bed around 9:30 p.m.
What time do you usually call your family or friends?
I usually call my family around 8 p.m.
What time do you plan your day?
I usually plan my day the night before around 9 p.m.
What time do you like to relax with a cup of coffee or tea?
I like to relax with a cup of coffee in the morning around 10 a.m.
What time do you set your alarm for?
I set my alarm for 6 a.m.
What time do you usually finish your work tasks?
I usually finish my work tasks by 4:30 p.m.
What time do you usually take your first break at work?
I usually take my first break around 10:30 a.m.
What time do you usually leave the house on weekends?
I usually leave the house around 11:00 a.m. on weekends.
What time do you start your evening routine?
I start my evening routine around 7:30 p.m.
What time do you go to bed on weekends?
I usually go to bed around 11:00 p.m. but on weekends.
What time do you usually eat snacks?
I usually have a snack around 4 p.m.
What time do you usually have a meeting at work?
I usually have meetings at 10 a.m.
What time do you like to watch the news?
I like to watch the news around 7 p.m.
What time do you typically finish your evening activities?
I typically finish my evening activities by 9 p.m.